Every once in a while, you run into an anomaly, right? Like, something that just stands out. The ultimate outlier. In the Goon series, predicting the Goon Hall of Fame, there's a few characters you can just go ahead and chalk down as anomalies, right? Like, they're going to be surefire Hall of Famers because of certain tendencies. One of those characters, of course, is Dr. Doom, who will be the first Goon to be inducted in the Goon Hall of Fame on my channel. But another character that's high tier in that regard is Deadpool. Like, Deadpool's a given, considering all he's done throughout comic history, and he's one of the rare characters where you can pull a whole video of Goon moments from just one run. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to explore all the Goon moments from Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. If you enjoy videos like this, my commentary, my humor and things of that nature, make sure to run the likes up. And if you want Deadpool to return, get this to 600 likes. I'll cover more Deadpool moments. And let me know if you prefer a Deadpool by the story arc or Deadpool just in random. Let me know if you prefer Deadpool in a story arc or if Deadpool by random. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. This is all the Goon moments from Deadpool spinning the block in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's begin. So, first moment, the run literally starts out. And keep in mind, for as many moments as we pull, there's only 4 issues, right? He's just that crazy in this run. Well, the run literally starts off with him murking the most famous family in Marvel, the Fantastic Four. They are the original explorers of the Marvel Cosmos, first hero team, all that. Since they're the first, since they're goated, Deadpool took their bitch asses down. Even when Reed Richards sent his teammates to the negative zone, it didn't matter. Deadpool got them, even came back. And, Sue Storm even closed in on him and exploded his head with a invisible shield. And she was like, "You can't hurt my family anymore. Fuck you, all this shit." And she turned around, was telling someone what happened. And he was like, "Stupid bitch, never turn your back on someone with a healing factor." And instantly puts her on a t-shirt. So the first family we see, per the observations of the Watcher, to get murked by Deadpool was indeed the Fantastic Four. Rest in peace to the gang, but they were no match for this bloodlusted Deadpool, as later in the story, we learn just exactly why he's wilding out to this degree. Next moment was kind of the explanation behind how he got so wild, right? Deadpool's always been crazy, but killing the whole Marvel Universe heroes and villains is absolutely wild. So what got him there? Well, that's pretty easy to explain. According to the Watcher, who in this story, of course, absorbs the multiverse, countless realities, countless universes, all this, there is a microverse villain by the name of Dr. Psycho. Dr. Psycho inhabits a fake body of a human doctor here who is super clouded. And as a result, the X-Men, led by Professor X, bring Deadpool in to be observed by him and operated on to cure his multiple personality situation going on. It's not normal personality disorder because it's Deadpool, but it's similar to that. And, obviously Dr. Psycho has evil plans for this. And what he says is, "Yo, I'm going to take you, lobotomize you, destroy all the voices in your head, and program one to follow me so that you can lead my army of villains to take over the world." Deadpool's like, "Damn, that's a crazy idea." But he tries it anyway. As a result, this one voice comes forward that tells Deadpool to kill everyone. Heroes, villains, and alike. Soon after, Deadpool folds the Doctor and then folds the entire psych ward, blowing it up and leaving it in his past, as he now has his mission to fold all his ops, which is literally everyone, which is wild. Now, here's some big evidence of the fourth wall bully that you'll see in the title. Deadpool eventually pulls up on the Watcher, right? The Watcher at this point is serving as the narrator. He's someone above the multiverse, narrating everything going on in realities. including this Deadpool saga. And while he's talking about the current events, he gets suddenly blasted and goes down. And Deadpool's like, yo, I stole this device from Reed Richards, who created something to basically tase cosmic beings like you. So if you have any beef with him, that's not my problem, but you should definitely beef with him because he gave me the ability to beat you. Then he beheads the Watcher. Looks at the Reader and is like, yo, I don't know who he's talking to, but I'm going to find you and I'm going to fold you. And yeah, that moment was absurd, which leads into the next saga of events. Next, it opens up issue 2. We see Deadpool has multiple bodies, but not just heroes, villains, anti-villains as well, right? And anti-heroes. There's multiple bodies, some Avengers, some X-Men, some just Rogue, spread throughout the world. Deadpool's bodying everybody. He's not holding back. And at this point, we see the news latch on to an ongoing story where Spider-Man is fighting Deadpool. And as they're going back and forth, eventually Spider-Man drops him. He's like, you're annoying at this point. Deadpool's like, don't care, bitch. I'm going to get rid of everybody. And he gets dropped, right, and splatters. Spider-Man drops down. And Deadpool's like, look, dummy, I'm not dead yet. You know I got regen. Puts a gun to Spider-Man's head, and he's like, I don't understand why no one's done this to you so far. Maybe it's plot armor? He literally addresses multiple times throughout the story that characters literally have plot. But he's like, yeah, someone should have been done this. Proceeds to put Spider-Man on a t-shirt. Rest in piss, Spider-Man. Oh, no. After pulling this off, Deadpool's like, man, I beefed with a lot of people. Killed Spider-Man, who is iconic. Killed multiple other heroes. But, there's some big timers out there that could get this worked. That would definitely, spread the message faster. Of course, he's referring to big timers like the Avengers. We see the Avengers are indeed gathered. At one point, they're like, yo, Pym's gone. Shit's getting crazy. Luke Cage is there. Thor's there. Cap's there. All this. Deadpool proceeds to blow the building up. And when he does, not many people survive this event, right? Deadpool planned for it to specifically be able to kill them most, if hopefully not all, right? Doesn't kill all, but it kills a lot of them. In the aftermath, Deadpool descends upon it. It's like, yeah, bitches, I prepped the shit out of this, you hoes. And Luke Cage is like, yo, I have unbreakable skin, baby. You thought you were going to do this? Acting like he was about to clutch the W. Deadpool was like, relax. You don't scale to me. You don't scare me. I prepped for this. He was like, didn't you drink coffee earlier? Because I made some micro bombs. Luke Cage is like, oh, shit. Blows up, right? Instantly folding. Deadpool's like, stupid bitch. Then he beats with Thor. And he's like, Thor's tricky. Thor's a god. Physiology is different. All that. Ends up bodying Thor by using Pym particles to make his Mjolnir way bigger and squashing. End up absolutely just folding Thor with the pure weight of Mjolnir, which was wild to see. After getting these notable wins, Deadpool's like, damn, bro, shit should be a breeze. He's talking to that one voice in his head. And it's like, yeah, we bodied everybody. Hulk pulls up, right? Tears him to shreds. Hulk's like, yo, you killed my boys. You killed my enemies. No one does that shit except Hulk. I was like, mad respect to Hulk. But unfortunately, Hulk leaves the scene after tearing him to shreds. Goes to a cave. Falls asleep as Bruce. Deadpool shows up and was like, yo, you ripped me apart. You wouldn't like to see me when I'm angry. And is clowning Hulk and beheads Bruce Banner. Unfortunately, Banner wasn't able to come back as Hulk in time and dies in that moment. But it was a pretty funny exchange between those two, but Deadpool does take the win in the end. We then see Deadpool pull up on Professor X, right? And this shit was brutal. Of course, Professor X is the one that actually brought him in. If you remember, and Wolverine's like, I don't have a good feeling about this, but Professor X was like, we have to do it. Deadpool's crazy. But yeah, he got him in this mess, basically. So Deadpool's sitting him there and he's like, look, bitch, do what I told you to do. Stabs Professor X and makes him alert the X-Men. Say, X-Men, come to me. And that's when we see X-Men pull up members like Cyclops. Cyclops gets trapped in substance that Deadpool pulled up with. And it ends up making his lasers backfire and blowing his head up. He folds a bunch of X-Men for trying to pull up and save Professor X, as at this point, Deadpool's kill streak is absolutely crazy. And hit the like button if you haven't already. Deadpool then, gets into an exchange with Professor X where Professor X is like, I have to shut your mind down. Deadpool's like, oh, you want to read my mind? Are you sure? Okay, no return policy, bitch. And allows Professor X to access his mind. At this point, this access, seeing everything Deadpool knows, the fact he knows about the reader, the writer, all this shit, things like that cause Professor X to literally die. He goes brain dead. And Deadpool's like, yeah, bitch, don't pull up on me and try to read my brain. That's what you get. That's when we also see Deadpool declare war upon the fourth wall. He's like, yo, there's this fourth wall out there. There's this hero's journey. There's this story. There's this fan base, all this shit. I will be coming to kill it soon because it low-key tortures characters like me. And I was like, damn, Deadpool really is stepping with authority in this run. Next, we see one of the funniest exchanges in this run. If you don't know, of course, this has to pop up on my Beef series at one point, Deadpool vs. Wolverine. But Deadpool and Wolverine have a crazy rivalry. They hate each other. And Wolverine at this point, hunting down Deadpool, finds out Arcade, this villain, was helping Deadpool, kills him for helping him. Pulls up, finds Dakin and X-23 being burnt alive and killed over and over again. And Deadpool's like, yo, bitch, glad you showed up. And then was like, yeah, I just basically do to them what I would do to me to overrun my healing factor. Wolverine's like, alright, you want a duel, bitch? And Deadpool's like, damn right I do, I'm a fucking samurai, pussy. And they start fighting. Deadpool's using a carbonadium blade, proceeds to fold Wolverine and puts him on a t-shirt in front of his kids. At this point, Deadpool gets, some money placed on his head. This comes in the form of many widows of people he's t-shirted coming together and being like, we're sick of this bitch, we're gonna get him killed. They end up hiring Taskmaster. Why you hire a career jobber to pull a mission like this off, I have no idea. But Taskmaster was like, yo, I accept the payment, I'll slide on him. And he starts investigating and hunting down Deadpool. At one point, he finds out Deadpool actually killed Doctor Strange and his homies. Pulled up on them, their sanctum, murked them, left them basically crucified, folded them, all that. But the reason he did that and the reason this was horrifying was he did this to find the map to the nexus of realities so he could find the pinnacle of creation and eventually escape it. At this point, it's obvious what he's going to do. He's going to use this map to pull up on the fourth wall and get his revenge on those beyond it. So, at this point, he actually runs a 1v1 that was pretty solid against Punisher. Shout out to Punisher for pulling up for his fade, regardless of the fact that Deadpool's basically folded everyone to this point. He gets the drop on Deadpool, pops him, runs up on him, then finds out he just popped a doll version of Deadpool. Deadpool gets the drop on Punisher and was like, yo, the dude that thought he was so smart, so crafty, so guerrilla warfare like, you got folded by a bum like me. Then T-shirts Punisher. By the way, bar of this run was probably Deadpool telling Wolverine his mutant power wasn't healing, it was popularity. That was pure comedy. But anyways, as Deadpool takes his battle to the cosmic level, as obviously he's trying to get to the fourth wall eventually, cosmic beings are dying like Galactus and Thanos. And we see him battling Taskmaster, who again, like I mentioned earlier, was dispatched to go and try and kill Deadpool. Deadpool's like, bro, It's funny because you're basically a walking memory of everyone I've murked. So the reason he says that is Taskmaster steals like abilities and styles from everybody. So literally most of the characters Deadpool's killed, he's felt like part of him has died each time they die because he's stolen part of them. So in a way, he really is fighting like a photographic memory of all the people he's killed. And Deadpool's like, yo, you're not even my main op. That's the funny part. He's like, my main op is the hero's journey, the story, all that. That's what I'm really trying to get to. And he does eventually fold Taskmaster. We see he folds him by incorporating Man-Thing into the battle. Man-Thing kills Taskmaster because Taskmaster was afraid. And then Deadpool's like, yo, Taskmaster, or Man-Thing, you know what I'm trying to do. Man-Thing ends up detonating because Man-Thing is the key to like getting out of creation because he's the guardian of the nexus of all realities. And through this detonation, Deadpool is able to try and journey his way through the heart of creation. And as he's going, he's like, bro, this sucks because I was trying to just like stab a heart of creation. He's like, I thought there was like a video game where you pull up on the heart of creation, stab it, all that shit, and story's over. But no, it's a lot more complicated than that. But nevertheless, he's on his goon timing, and he decides to keep going anyways. And the story ends with another goon moment as he cuts through the heart of creation, all this shit. He eventually gets to where the writers are. This includes Cullen Bunn, the writer of the story. Shout out to him. And when he gets there, you see the writers talking about how the story will end. And then you see Deadpool go, yo, after I murk these writers for doing what they did to me and all the other characters of Marvel, I'm coming after you next, bitch. And threatens the readers. And then the story ends. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see another story of Deadpool covered in a Goon video, let me know in the comment section down below. As well as if you want to see him just have random moments covered, let me know as well. Which style do you prefer for this character? Personally, I think he's one of those rare characters where just single story arcs or stories alone have enough moments. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.